It's Jordan, the 1031 doctor, and today we're looking at a very good property. And the 1031 doctor has been buying, building, selling, leasing triple net properties across the country since 1986. And we definitely love urban fast food locations. Yeah, the old downtown districts have, population density, and the fast food industry does exceptionally well in downtown locations all across the country. I've done a number of them in downtown Los Angeles, and they're very hard to put together. And usually, once they're in, they never go out. And in this particular case, we're looking at a McDonald's, and it's not a ground lease, obviously, so there'll be depreciation. And this was a relocation from a fire, apparently, at a one down the street. And let's dive into this deal. It's not the greatest cap rate offer, 3.8, but it's not the worst either. And there's a very interesting 15% rent increase here coming that you have to take note of. Let's dive into this a little bit and see what we can see. So here's the 15% rental increase in year six, and that's really pretty good. So you'll right away get into the fours on your cap rate. They returned to this corridor nearly 5 years after a fire led to the demolition of their longtime Market Street location, just a few blocks away. They're redeveloping that property. Now, we'll have to take a deeper dive on this particular property to see if there's future development opportunity. Most likely there is. Let's open the OM, take a look. So, price reduced, which means that they're motivated to sell this property. And Marcus Millichap is a great outfit. I used to be a senior broker with Marcus and Millichap. Great company to work with. And Chestnut Street in Philadelphia is definitely a good street to be on, from what I understand. It's a central business district. And let's see, they're asking a 3.8, so a 4.45 cap rate over its lifetime. And that's not so terrific, but it's not the worst either. So it's a new 20-year deal, started in 2026, and 65 BPS better yield versus ground lease McDonald's. Okay, we can discuss that later. And oh, that's all they're showing on this deal. That's a pretty open Crexy vault. Uh, we can see if we can open this, and if we have to sign a confidentiality, no, we're not going to do that. So let's go back to the actual property itself and see what we can see. Here's the rare depreciation benefits. Now you're close to the rail lines, which is excellent. You always want to be near rail lines, subway stations. Those are the best. Um, Heart of the city of Philadelphia, the sixth largest city in the country, anchored by world-class eds and meds institutions, including the University of Pennsylvania, Drexel University, Thomas Jefferson University, and the nation's leading Penn Medicine health system. World's leading QSR, and McDonald's has 40,000 locations and over 100 companies. That's saying something. $120 billion annual in sales. That's $10 billion a month. That's a lot of burgers. I remember my grandfather taking me to have cheeseburgers, actually filet of fish. This was at the corner of Overland and Venice in West Los Angeles, and there was no drive-through. This was 1968. I would have been 4 years old, 5 years old, and there was no sit-down interior. You would sit out on benches, and they only had a fillet of fish, a cheeseburger, and a hamburger, and some drinks, and French fries, and that's it. And then we'd go. He'd take me fishing on this pier. Some great memories I had with my grandfather. So this is the kind of deal where it's small price point, it's an absolute killer location. I don't think anything's ever going to happen to this location. And so here's got high rises right here. I mean, you're right in the thick of it. And this is really kind of a no-brainer. So I would make them an offer. They seem motivated. The rent's low. NOI $125,000. That's very low for a 2,700 square foot space. So that's $5 a foot roughly, less $4 a foot. I mean, downtown locations in Los Angeles are $10, $15 a square foot. So I think this is very low rent, and I'm sure their volume is probably staggering at this location. Obviously, it's not a drive-through, but I'm sure it's staggering. Now, the property's only been on the market for 20 days, and already have a price reduction, means something's going on here worth investigating. Might be a trust selling the property, who knows? It may have been a death in the family. Let's see, a street view. We see a street view? No, we don't see a street view. It's on the other side here. I think it's right over here. Well, no, I don't see a street view of the property, but this is the street. Maybe we'll go down here a little bit. No, but you can see here's J. Crew. You can see you're in the thick of downtown. You're in the thick of it. This is what you're looking at. Yeah, this is an interesting deal. I would definitely consider this an A property, maybe an A minus. I would not consider this an A plus, only because the cap rate is these deals, 3, 4% cap rates. You can definitely find deals that are better cap rates than this. But the tenant is the best there is, I think, in the QSR field, or one of them, obviously. And anyways, 1031 doctor will do a 24-hour analysis for $299 on any triple net property in the country. If you're in an exchange and need a second opinion on a deal, please give me a call, 310-721-7375. It's Jordan the 1031 doctor, out.